How many of you can say that you actually grew up with the 3DO while it was relevant? Well, I can. In early 1994, my dad somehow, I don't know how he did, but he got me a 3DO. And this console right here is very nostalgic towards me, and I believe it has a lot of great games. Now that I own a game store and I sell 3DO and 3DO games, I figured we would give my list of the top 30 3DO games. Now my list may be different than yours, and I may not have your favorite game, and that's okay. Please let us know in the comments below what's your favorite 3DO games, and thanks for watching.
Hi everyone, welcome to John Madden Football.
What? I'm gonna start off this list with a football game? Heck yeah I am. And in 1994, this was a landmark football game. Electronic Arts, early on in the 3DO's lifespan, really developed a lot of games for the 3DO, and obviously the John Madden series is gonna be one of it. With digitized sprites and actual video clips, to me, this was the best football game until the NFL 2K series, which debuted on the Sega Dreamcast 5 years later. The gameplay is outstanding. It has TV-style presentation and simple but fun gameplay. So if you're looking for a fun football game that still stands up today, pick up John Madden on the 3DO.
People think if you have psychic powers, the world is yours to control.
Psychic Detective is a 1995 interactive movie video game that uses extensive amount of live action footage and features dozens of professional actors.
Cute.
The game plays out as a continuous video, sometimes in full screen, but usually in a boxed-in section to leave room for menu options which pop up at certain points. You could select these options or just ignore them. If you don't choose quick though, they'll fade away. At a party, you could hop between people and gain insight into their thoughts and actions. As new characters enter the scene, their faces appear in circles along the edge of the screen, which are free to select. The game is definitely a game for its time. In 1995, full motion video games were still a thing. So basically you're just watching video and then you're choosing from different people's perspective to find out what you're gonna do. And after 20 playthroughs of the game, I am still finding new branches that I've never known existed, so there's a lot of replay value to be had. Completing the game is very easy, but solving its mysteries is a whole other story. Now whatever actions you take or you don't take, it could lead you to one of 15 different endings, good or bad. With good full motion video graphics, a cheesy but adult themed storyline, Psychic Detective is on this list.
Who will save us from this menace?
Quazar, a new fight machine!
That's right, we got Captain Quazar. He's saving the galaxy at number 28. The game is played from a third-person isometric view. You are able to use a bunch of different guns, missiles, and bombs. Different weapons can be picked up or bought at the beginning at a certain place within each level. Enemies can also occasionally be interrogated for information, which will then open up secret levels and items. The game is pretty simple. Kill the bad guys and save the day. Everything in this vast galaxy can be blown away, but be careful where you lay waste because you have to manage your resources to survive. There are 10 large levels which are divided over the 3 planets, and each has a different objective. If you're looking for a fun, humorous, third-person isometric shooter, Captain Quazar might just be for you.
This is Topo One, landing in danger zone. Dispatching party. Okay, you heard the man. Move, move, move. Go, go. Come on, come on. Why, you lousy bunch of... Say, did you refuel this morning? No. Did you? No. Oh dear, we got a problem.
Fans of cannon fodder and action games in general will find a lot to like about this version on the 3DO. Lead a squad of commandos through 72 detailed shoot-'em-up levels. Missions vary, but one good rule of thumb is to shoot first and ask questions later. With a humorous edge added to the concept of war, this game oozes personality. You will travel through snowy plains, dense jungles, and populated villages packed with enemies, and you'll be able to commandeer a bunch of different vehicles and weapons, all in the name of warfare. With a full motion video and digitized sound, round out the package to make this one of the most complete versions of cannon fodder yet.
Big bang. What the? Why, you come on, you lousy fool. Oh, we did it. I knew we'd do it. Why, you lousy.
Commander, we've got bogey from Alpha Sector. Coming in. Fast. Starbase Bravo to vessels bearing 150 Mark 29er. You've entered restricted space. Withdraw immediately.
For its time, Total Eclipse is a fantastic technical feat. The terrain and enemies are all rendered in crisp, clear 3D with a silk smooth frame rate. It features CD audio, pre-rendered cutscenes, and does a great job of making the load times transparent. The game is played in a third person, behind the player perspective, as the player's ship flies a predefined path across each level. The player is free to maneuver around to dodge obstacles and attack enemies, but of course, each level is fixed. You can have two different weapons, an upgradable gun and a powerful bomb. There are several types of guns, each having a different fire rate, firing pattern, and offensive strength. This means that the best gun is determined by the player's playstyle, and as well as the level itself, since some weapons are more effective above ground than underneath it. I remember looking at magazines and seeing this game pretty heavily marketed by 3DO. It's a pretty good game and a solid title to add to your collection.
There's a girl in my house. I wonder if she'll be my friend.
I don't know, Casper. This girl might be able to see right through you. Based on the Casper film, the game puts you in the role of the friendly ghost, trying to make a friend, and a second chance at life instead of scaring everybody away. The game plays as a top-view action-adventure game with pre-rendered graphics. Casper will also have to deal with his uncles, Stretch, Stinky, and Fatso, who just love to scare fleshies and thwart Casper's efforts. The gameplay is 3D and is mostly puzzle solving, with Casper able to take a variety of forms and manipulating objects. You're going to be exploring a huge mansion, collecting items, picking out on food, assembling jigsaw puzzles, and avoiding unfriendly ghosts. As a late release 3DO title, I really enjoyed the fun pickup style play. Give Casper a shot if you have the chance. Lucian's Quest is the only Japanese console-style role-playing game to make it to the 3DO in the United States. So, by default, that means it's the best JRPG on the system. The game is in classic role-playing genre, but presented in full 3D graphics, which is pretty uncommon for the time. The battles are fought in traditional turn-based manner, but allow for more strategy than most classic role-playing games. The game places ambient obstacles on the battlefield to block some attack paths, but allows the player to strategically reposition his fighters at the bottom two rows of the map before every turn to take advantage of the terrain. If you're a Japanese-style role-playing game fan like myself and own a 3DO, this game is your only shot. Unfortunately, the game is pretty expensive as it didn't sell well when it was released. Good luck finding a copy out in the wild.
I love close-in combat. I've survived this long because I live by two credos. Number one, everyone is your enemy. And number two, a dead enemy can't kill you.
When the 3DO was released in 1993, this was its only launch game. Are you kidding me? The 3DO launched with one game? Yes, it did. Thankfully though, this is an excellent racing game. There are 30 huge tracks that drop, twist, and turn like a roller coaster. You can arm your vehicle with a bunch of different weapons for some Twisted Metal style car combat. I really love the fact that in between each race, you're able to accumulate money and then spend your money on new upgrades. Weapons, armor, all that type of stuff. That way you could go out there and have a lot of destruction and crash and burn. The graphics are nice, the music is solid, and it's just a fun racer all around. Crash and burn's pretty common out there, so it shouldn't be hard to find once you get your 3DO.
You got a FIFA? You got a FIFA? What, you got no FIFA? Oh man, you got no FIFA?
FIFA! Wait, don't worry. 3DO has FIFA. And EA Sports has hit us up with another top-notch sports game. FIFA International Soccer has a realism to please die-hard fans and a non-stop action to appeal to a more casual gamer. The game is very easy to play, and the camera effectively rotates and zooms in to keep you on top of the action. Your players always seem to be in perfect position to receive passes, and switching control between the players is equally painless. The speed of this game is impeccable. Many soccer games of this era failed to capture the frantic and fast-paced gameplay of a real soccer match, but this game, you don't have nothing to worry about. It captures it. This game utilizes Dolby surround sound, so this is the type of game where you're going to want to hear the crowd, so make sure to turn your speakers up. The sound is that good. To further enhance the total gameplay experience, you could daisy chain up to 6 3DO controllers for some serious FIFA mayhem with your friends. For its time, and even now, this game is exceptional.
Use the cursor pad to select your contestant, then press the A button. Press the C button after everyone has made a selection.
Picked at number 21 is Twisted the Game Show. 1 up to 4 players can participate in the zany TV show for the 3DO. Along for the ride is the hilarious host and his assistant. Twisted is, above all, just a crazy fun party game, and if you play it with other people, it can be total chaos, in a good way. There are 6 playable characters, each with their own catchphrase, and each representing a different TV or commercial personality. The game gets rolling with a big-size helix-shaped game board made up of 90 spaces. Most squares start challenges or your basic mini-games. There are 8 different games to play, including Trivia, Match the Sounds, Supermarket Rise, Zap the Commercials, and more. This game is pretty similar to the You Don't Know Jack series of games. As long as you have friends that are willing to play, you can't go wrong with Twisted.
The object of Twisted is really quite simple. Roll the cyber die, complete the various challenges, and get to the end first. And what happens then, Ray?
Well, Twink, our lucky winner will receive a one-way trip out of this TV wasteland into whatever the hell's on the other side of the screen.
And that does it for the first 10 of the top 30 3DO games. Stay tuned for the next 2 videos that will be coming your way containing the other 20 top 3DO games. Thanks again for watching, guys, and can't wait to see you again.